Talkinishwitchris. When you need it, get your love on. Talkinishwitchris. Everybody get your love on. Talkinishwitchris. When you need it, get your love on. Talkinishwitchris. Everybody get your love on. She's laughing, he's laughing, we having fun.
Yo, what up, what up, what up? This is Chris, Talkinish with Chris. Today I have a special guest, Mr. Kevin D, we call him. Today we just gonna talk about a lot of different things, random stuff, you know what I mean? I wanna get his thoughts and inputs, and we just gonna take it from there. Kevin, let people know how they can find you, and where they can hit you up on.
Alright, what up? Like you said, this your boy Kevin D. I'm here with Talkinish with Chris. This is my boy, so I'm supporting him in his channel. You can find me on YouTube also at youtube.com, My Life, My Truth. I don't want to give my Twitter handle out because I just deactivated it.
Why?
I'm tired of Twitter.
You know what though? I tell people to follow me on Twitter. I'd rather you follow me on Instagram.
I like pictures, so follow me on Instagram at official Kevin D. The number one, or you can catch me on Facebook, facebook.com/official Kevin D, or check out my website, KevinDOnline.net.
I always want to ask you, so what's the official? Is because people be imposter and
well, it does.
You're not a celebrity. I know you're a celebrity.
No.
So I've been trying to figure out like you know, because I have seen people take other people's pictures and pose as them. You know, like how they do celebrities. So that's why I always wondered. I was thinking. I was like, I'm gonna ask him that.
Well, mine mostly be on BGC and so you know I have to have this.
Them raggies. Like, you know, I thought about signing up for one again.
With the when you gotta make them delete your account, you gotta draw the sign with the date and this is not me and post it like this. And send it to them so they can erase the other.
So they can see it. I didn't know how you do that. I've seen it, but I didn't know that was the reason.
That's why you have to do it. But I stopped doing it because it's like I'm not even on them sites anyway, so I don't really care anymore. Yeah. Whatever.
I had to get BGC is tired. I made one about 6 months ago with nobody on there.
Oh my God!
Adam, I don't know. I'm like, yeah, I'll stick with my little.
All of it.
Yeah, I got my little Jack and Grinder, but that's. I can meet my man down at the grocery store, in the meat department.
In the meat department, aisle 6.
Aisle 6, okay. Bread and cereal. But yeah, so I had a family member ask me. I want to get your thought on it first, and then I'll say what I think. But a lot of women have asked me, what do I think about women approaching men instead of the old traditional way of, you know, men approaching women and taking them out or whatever. How do you feel about that?
Well, me, even though I'm from the South, so I'm always the gentleman. I feel like in this day and age, we have evolved as people.
Yeah.
Things changed. Women are more, not say they're equal, but they're able to do more things than they were back
40 years ago, yeah.
You know, so why not?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you be able to go up if you see a nice guy, nice gentleman sitting over, having a drink at the bar like you ladies do, sitting over there like you really by yourself when your friend's over there waiting for somebody to buy y'all a drink.
Plotting and planning.
Yeah. Why can't we do it? I mean, it's a new day and age. Like, if you see somebody that you like, go get it. Yeah.
That's how I feel. I feel like, you know, what's the word? I mean, now when you approach, I think it might be a turnoff for a man if you're too aggressive.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to look a little quenched. I mean, a little thirsty, not quenched. Yeah. But
right.
Yeah. You don't want to look too, you know, on it. But I mean, if you see an attractive guy and he's eyeing you, go for it. I mean, I know I do.
Yeah.
I have, you know what I mean? I mean, me, I had to be a little more careful because I don't know if he's gay and I ain't trying to be beat up somewhere in the hospital. But Will hold my own, but you know, I'm just saying, nigga jump me, it's over. But you know, but I mean, go after it. If it's, I mean, the worst he can say is no.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, women today, they offer women rights and want to get paid like a man and all this stuff. So if you want that, if you want to be paid, I mean, technically a woman will never be, I guess you could say, all the way equal, just because. Not that a woman can't do what a man can do, but I mean, just turns a certain little, you know, his strength or stuff. I mean, there are some girls who beat and do that.
Yes, it is. I had one in high school, but I had to fight one.
Oh, and she whooped you?
That was like the hardest fight in my life. Oh my God.
She gave you a run for your money?
I think I lost. But
She windmilled you to death, huh? She windmilled you to death.
But ladies, this is one thing that you do not do. Do not Google the man. Do not ask
It
the
be
man.
girls Googling.
Is that my dog?
Yeah, she upset because it's hot.
Okay.
Like a nigga going to jail. Shit.
Oh my God.
And your dog is scary.
Look, she checks him. She hasn't do that before.
Look, oh, your dog is abusive.
When he get big, he won't hurt her. Like my other Oakland would never hurt her. So she just does.
Look, bitch, you ain't going nowhere.
Right. But yeah, do not Google the man.
I didn't know women was doing that.
Somebody done me like that. Yeah.
Oh, how you know?
Cause they did it while I was right there. Like they wanted to know when I first moved here.
Mm-hmm. Was this a woman?
Yeah, yeah, it was a woman. It was a woman.
Oh no, I'm not trying. I'm just, you know.
I'm just saying. But she's, and I was like, cause she was like, what do you do? And this, and I told her, yada, yada, yada.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That's a blow. I used to wait till I go home and then be like,
like, are you seriously Googling me right now?
Well, they always say, Google me, bitch.
Kind of gold to me.
I mean, okay. I never.
You would do it?
No, wait, listen, let me explain.
Okay.
I would never Googled anybody. Well, you know how some gay people be lying, so sometimes you do gotta verify. But I wouldn't do it in front of your face. I'd wait till we gone. Like somebody I was dating. You know, now I'm a resourceful hoe. So, well, not dating. We had dated. It's been on and off. That's a long story. Maybe check my very first video. I talked about his ass. Now, there's more to the story after that.
Diary. You got a diary on YouTube.
Yeah, my very first video wasn't supposed to be about me talking about him. It was supposed to be like entertainment or whatever was going on at the time. Mm-hmm. Well, he got the call and then crying on the phone, saying, oh, whatever. So I just roasted his ass on camera. I didn't say his name. The video was going to be called his name. I was sold, but I said, that's mean. I ain't going to go that far.
You roasted him on camera?
I let it out. But I didn't tell all of it because I was like, I ain't going to tell all my business, you know. Yeah. But I did tell someone. And then there's more that's happened since December 2011. But anyways, recently I had talked to him again. Maybe we was going to see what was going to happen at work. And he was like, yeah, you know, I got my what do you call that? Personal trainer license, because he always did say that was something he wanted to do. I was like, okay. But I was just like, he never told me he was going to school for it, so that was already a little. But I was like, okay, he was like, we hadn't talked for about 3 months. Okay. I finally finished. I was going when, you know, me and you had our problems, and I was like, okay. And he was like, yeah, I work at the 24-Hour Fitness in Castro Valley. And I was like, oh, okay, you know, that's what's up. That's good. I'm proud of you. He's like, I'm still working at whoop, whoop, whoop. So I was like, okay, that's good. You know, you hustling and stuff. So, but see, the issue is he always lied to me a lot of times. So I can't believe everything. So I just happened to be on my little iPhone, and I said, let's go on down to 24hourfitness.com, Castro Valley, personal trainers. I'm not seeing your picture on there, sir. Like, why? Don't lie. Yeah, don't lie. You know what I mean? But
it's not like personal trainer. It's just bringing in the bread.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, like, I mean, and then I was like, okay, you know, reading the description, it said they had over 2,000 hours. I said, okay, he just started. Maybe they don't put his picture up yet. Yeah. But I don't do that big. You know what I mean? But no, I never really Googled anybody unless if they were really just egging on it how much and all that. But I wouldn't do it in front of them.
Yeah, because you can't take Google seriously because Google just comes from information that other people posted on the internet most of the time about the people. So
yeah, because I wonder if I think YouTube said somebody Googled me about 6 or 7 times or something like that.
Because
I don't think I've ever. Yeah, I never Googled. I know I didn't Google my YouTube page. I don't think so. That's why I was like, well, who's Googling?
Yeah, because your YouTube page goes to Google, all of that.
But I don't link my real name to YouTube because just for the employers, whoever, because Google been trying to get me to link my real name, and I keep denying it. I don't want it like that because coworkers, nosy and stuff. So but. Yeah. But okay, the women in this today, it's 2013. If you like a guy and it's go see him. Now, what about this though? Do you think it's a shortage of black men for black women?
Well, my thoughts on that is, why do you think a black man has to have a black woman? Leave my dog.
Your dog is twerking, okay? He is twerking. Not that, but I mean, some women, now, okay, let me speak for, I ain't a woman, but I would prefer actually be with a black man. Black men are beautiful to me, but I'm not so close-minded that I can't look outside my race. You know what I mean? To be honest, most of the dudes I dated was mixed. I don't know if that counts as outside my race, but okay. Oh, that one drop of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay. I mean, I dated a Mexican guy, and then I dated a Samoan and what was he? Samoan and Hispanic guy. But I mean, I don't mind dating outside my race. I thought about a white guy, but it's like, I guess it did. I don't know about white guys because it's like I don't know if we would connect because it's kind of different.
It's in
the gay black culture and the white. I mean, it's just black people in general is different. But I guess if you can get beyond that, then it can be a beautiful thing. But I don't know. But some women, they want to stay true to their race.
Yeah.
And then not only that, I mean, I think if we do start converting over, we're going to become extinct. That's another reason why some people look at it like that. That you're not going to see black people no more.
I mean, but I think you're still going to have your set people that are going to only be with black.
Yeah, but I think today's youth, they going for the mixed chick and the white. Because, I mean, look, the rappers.
So many people, so many of them.
Oh, and speaking of rappers, just one thing. Let me just say this. All these little and young need to stop. Little Red, all them young G. Stop coming. If you're gonna be a rapper, stop coming out with little and young.
Especially when you're 36.
You're
36 years old and you
talking about
little. Little what?
Little dick. No,
little. Come on.
But yeah, I don't know. Girls have asked me that too. About. Another thing too, I've asked women, I said, what if you meet a guy that told you in the past he's dealt with men? Would you date him? And they were like, no, I wouldn't date him. I said, why? I said, if he's going to be faithful to you and true to you, why not? I said, at least he's keeping it real, because there's probably some niggas you didn't date and you didn't even know. At least he's being honest. And he's telling you, I mean, it might not be what he want anymore. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, because people are like, no, I don't, bisexual men, I think, they want both sides of the world. And I said, if they single, this is how I look at it. I say, if you single, fuck who you want. Just be safe about it. But if you're going to be committed to that person. You know what I mean? Don't be dipping with nobody. You know what I mean? Be committed to that person. But if you single, shit. Do what you want, you know what I mean? But I'm like, why? I'm like, Lacey, I said, bitch, he cheated with Keisha from up the street on your ass, you know what I mean? You surrender with her, you know what I mean? So what the, Lacey being real, and like, cause I always said, I mean, I'm pretty much gay, but I was like, one day I might want to. Yeah. And, dip my toe in there and see, you know what I mean? But I always said, whoever the lady is, I'm going to be honest with her just because I don't want somebody else to tell her or something. You know, I didn't been in this gay scene for a while, especially out here in the Bay Area, so I'm pretty well known as the gay guy, you know what I mean? So I don't need nobody else to be like, girl, he used to be at such and such, you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather just be up front so she know, and then let her make her own decision. But I've asked girls, I'm like, at least he's being real. There's a lot of men that's not.
Well, I mean, I respect the girl for
being honest.
Because I remember when I was with men and women at the same time.
Oh.
And
you didn't tell me that.
now that I'm older, I feel so bad for those women
that don't know,
that I didn't tell, and that, you know, because it's not fair to them. It's like, so.
And yeah, and that's what I said. If he's honest,
even if he's honest, she still risks the fact of him cheating on her with a man. Because if he's still he's gonna always like men.
But even if it's a straight man, he gonna always like women. So.
But it's different. I think it's a difference between.
Because in a way, you're already satisfying one part of being with the woman, but you're saying you're not necessarily satisfying the other.
Because it's easier for a woman to compete with a woman than a woman to compete with a man.
But sometimes the niggas cheat with women, or men, I shouldn't say niggas, men cheat with women, and bitch, you ain't got a chance. She got all her edges, you ain't got shit.
It's the thrill. They like the thrill. They want an ugly girl because it's the thrill.
I mean, what, the guys that cheat?
Yeah.
But sometimes I've seen guys cheat up. Sometimes they don't be cheating down. I see them be like, that's her? Well, she look better than the other man.
Well, the other one got money. You can't have it all. You can't have it all.
Yeah.
The other one probably got out. The woman at home that's not as attractive as the one he cheating with.
She probably
pays the bills. Got him in his car.
Well, she got to, because she ain't got nothing. Yeah. Look, no, I'm playing.
Exactly. So she got to pay with, it's called pay what you weigh.
Okay.
Because if you ain't got it, you got to come up with it.
Yeah, you got to, okay.
You know, you got to come up
well,
with it.
Well, you gave me something new thing. Because I just looked at I mean, true, yeah, a woman can't compete with a man, and I mean, when it comes to that kind of stuff, but I was just like, you know, at least he's honest, and I mean, I was like, I can't compete with a woman if a guy tell me he, you know, date women before or whatever. Like, I just.
But I think it's a certain type of woman. Some women could deal with that.
You think, okay, let me ask you this, the type of woman that could deal with it would maybe be very knowledgeable about the gay life? Just would understand?
Not even necessarily a gay life. I think she would just be knowledgeable about people in their past. Because she probably has a past. Okay. You know them Christians that sit in church and they had that past because there was a hoe.
Right. They're like, girl, I ain't no hoe no more. But every time somebody step on your foot, your mouth open.
Like one of them. I think it just takes one of those type of women that just be like, he was honest.
Yeah.
He was upfront. He could have lied to me and.
Man, you wouldn't know.
I wouldn't never know. You know.
Especially if he wasn't out there like that.
So
I've always wondered that. Let's move on to a little entertainment.
That's the good part.
Now I don't know. Did you hear Phaedra getting her own show?
Who?
Phaedra. That Nene called it. She getting her own little legal show.
Booty?
Yes.
It's a legal show.
Yeah, it's gonna be celebrities that it says from suing over loans to basically she gonna be dealing with petty shit of the justice system. Yes.
First of all, Phaedra, I love you to death. But
I gotta say this. Go ahead.
But the only person that I've known Phaedra to celebrity climb was Bobby Brown.
Oh wait, who? Somebody read her and said she was just on the dream team. She wasn't even
I'm serious.
No, she did. I was googling her net worth because her net worth is $2 million, and she did somebody else. It's a couple. She been basically representing a lot of people in Atlanta. She ain't been, people that she representing Candy.
That's what I was
for taking the song down that her and Kim did.
Okay.
Yeah. They doing that, and I'm just like, whatever. And then, you know, Candy got her little candy factory, which is kind of fucked up because, you know, I think Bravo messy for this. They gonna have Kim show on first, and then right after Kim show, Candy come on next. Like, what kind of shit?
Right.
That's hella messed up. And then, according to funky.neva.com, I don't know why he really reported this because I kind of forgot about this dude, but Cisco supposedly sent out some penis pictures. And I'm like, who's still thinking about Cisco, really? I mean, Thong Song and the remix to Thong Song with Foxy Brown, and who else was on there? I don't remember. You was 20.
I was 20. Right.
I was 13, but you know, I still knew that shit. I was in junior high.
Oh my God. I don't even know why he would. I guess he just want to get back in the limelight.
But not that way.
What?
And then
that's the only way.
But it ain't even like. I'm not no penis queen, but I'm just saying it wasn't.
It wasn't a looker. It wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't like wow. Trey Songz brother looked better than that, but I'm like, what the? And my thing is celebrity. You really shouldn't be sending pictures like that.
Right. I think some people forget that they celebrities. You know another person.
Well, yeah, he ain't been out so long. He didn't went into regular.
Another person that does that, and I love her to death, is Fantasia. She posts way too many pictures on her Instagram of me doing this. You a celebrity. Like, I don't understand it.
She posts what? I mean, I see on Facebook, I've seen, but she's like, I love my purple Dior boots. And
everything. Oh, this is too much. I love her to death, but Fantasia's too much. Post too many personal pictures.
And then, you know, Rihanna didn't show her Tootie Wootie. She was, it looked like she was on the beach, and the wind got to blowing. I see why Chris, but I'm just saying, I see why Chris, it was nice.
I know it probably was. I don't pay her no attention because she ain't on my radar.
Now, you know I have to message you on this one.
Don't get cut. You see over there?
What? I have to message. I have to be messy a little bit.
Come on, messy.
So okay, you know, I see everybody's gearing up for Miss. Don't clear your throat like you're ready to attack. Get you in your throat. I'm just trying to. I mean, I first let me give props. Props due. I think it's amazing that you could sell out a tour and don't even have a song out. Really. I mean, I know they had that little bow down thing, but I don't really think that's official. I think that was just thrown out there. Mm-hmm. But. How did you feel about, before I throw shade, how did you feel about Keisha Cole coming out saying what she said?
It didn't bother me.
It didn't bother you? I feel like for Keisha, I get what she was saying. Mm-hmm. I just think as an artist, it's like this. To me, it's like co-workers. You know, y'all work for y'all do the same thing in the same industry, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, one might have a higher promotion than the other, but I felt like some things you just you know, do like everybody else. Talk shit in your own home when you with your friends or whatever. I put it out to the world for what? You know what I mean? And it's like, it didn't make sense for her to just say that. But on one end, you know, she's like, well, you know, of course, the last album Beyonce was women, you know, women's rights and powerful and all that. And then some people feel like, well, for her to come out and say, bitch, bitch, bitch. I was thinking about this. I was kind of like, yeah, that is kind of fake. But I thought about it. I think what reason why people are uneasy about it is because that's not normally Beyonce don't come out and talk like that. Yeah, she might have said in the ego, I'm that bitch, but it's here or there she'll throw a cuss word out. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just right now people are uneasy of hearing her curse because she does it. And the type of song she come out, that's more Rihanna, not Lady Gaga, Nicki Minaj, Lil Kim, you know, them kind of people that would say something like, not the bitch part, but just the whole of the song, you know what I mean, of talking like that. I think that's why maybe people are just kind of like, I don't like it, or that just, because we're not used to her talking like that. Right. How do you?
Okay, you know this is a sensitive.
But my thing, wait, hold on, figure that. It's like, girl, when you gonna drop a song out, it doesn't make sense. Subject. I feel like she just trying to finish up her tour that she didn't get to finish on the last album.
No, let me start back with the Keisha Cole. Okay, I didn't really think too much about it. I feel like that's another thing. Keisha is a celebrity. Sometimes you
Cause
can't just express what you want to express on Twitter. And I also feel like if the shoe fits, then you wear it. Because the only people that react to that song, that took it, because people can take, just like they do the Bible, Chris, get your own interpretation, you know. So I feel like anybody that had a problem or issue with that song, it was because the shoe fit them. Because she's not literally telling you to bow down.
But you know it's always some dumbasses.
Yes, it's like...
Just like with that, what was that? That planking shit? What was that called?
And it planking.
Planking?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, all they took is one person and...
Or the cinnamon challenge, all that kind of dumb stuff.
And then the song, Chris, it's not even a song.
To me, it sounds like an intro.
First of all, there are two different snippets of two different songs. So why are people getting so irate about it when they haven't even heard the song? The second one, I've Been On, only really is gonna hit people from the South, Houston.
That's what it was really
because
for.
that's what it's for.
That chopped and screwed.
That chopped and screwed is.
I didn't know they were still doing it.
It's not satanic. It's not the devil. I'm like, are you kidding me? Seriously, Chris, the devil? Cause she screwed and chopped her voice.
I got one question though. Okay, you know how some people say, "Oh, it's just okay." No. You know how some people say, like, you know, music can move people and inspire people, yada yada yada. And then when somebody does something or say something that people don't like in the song, that you know other people try to justify that. Oh, it's just a song. But I'm like, if it is negative, it can still move people in the wrong way. You know how people say like violence is because of rappers that, I mean, yeah, it's still your own choice to go out there and shoot somebody, but I think with the celebrities, they glorify it, and then I think in somewhere in people's conscience makes it, you know what I mean? Like you can help somebody through a bad situation, but the song, depending on the type of song, it can also make somebody be like, if you already ready to shoot somebody up and then you listen to Rick Ross,
right?
You know what I mean? And then you just in the car like,
oh, get these niggas.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I think it can move you that way. I forgot where I was going with that, but I just wonder that too. Like, people always try to say it's just a song, but you can't always say that because songs are powerful.
But she's not even saying it.
I know she ain't saying it either.
If anything in the song was not true, in them two lines, what she said was anything in there not true.
You know why? Okay. It's true, yeah. I mean, nobody's on her level, but it's kind of like Beyonce. You didn't have to say that. It's like let your fans say that, but you don't. It's like that's like Aretha. That's like Aretha. That's like Aretha coming there. Yes, bitches.
But she do.
But she old.
But she do.
She old.
I'm saying, Chris, Aretha is the main one that does.
You know what? I can't fuck with Aretha no more. You know what? She on my shit list. She on my shit list.
She is the main one.
Let me tell you why Aretha on my shit list though. When Whitney Houston died, this bitch had the nerve to tweet and say, "I will not be attending the funeral, but I'll be at my show at 8 o'clock." I said, "Oh, girl, I'm done." She wrong for that.
You can't tell Aretha that she is still not Aretha from back in the day. You can't. She would not let the new girls, she would not give them any kind of, like when Fantasia be up there doing them tributes to her and singing her heart out. In my opinion,
she don't sound like, no. But you know who will be trying to get with her? Patty. Patty own that bitch. She's not gonna show me up.
Patty will get with it. It's like, at least Patty still sound good. Yeah. She still sounds good. And for her age, Patty still sounds
she really
really good.
Drag sometimes. I be like, I know you got it.
It's a couple people we can't talk about, and Patty one of them.
I know. I let her go to her house and eat some of her greens and stuff, but I'm not. Patty is. I like Patty, but I be like, girl, who did your makeup?
Right.
But yeah,
sometimes it do look a little jank.
Patty, he green.
A little testosterone.
Yeah, and then I'm waiting on Housewives of Atlanta reunion.
Yes.
And it ain't that sad how Portia got that's embarrassing to find out you getting or your husband filed for divorce
but
on the internet.
They weren't even married that long, so.
I know, but I'm just saying I would be embarrassed to be like, you know, you know you getting a divorce? I am? What you mean, girl?
Right.
Girl, they on the Facebook.
Oh my God.
I'd be embarrassed, and then, but I feel like the thing with Cordell, he wanted to control her. That's why I knew that this was gonna happen, because this show was gonna give her some independence. Mm-hmm. It was gonna give her some self-reliance, and now she got a little change in her pocket.
Right.
And she's rising to fame. I mean, honestly, me personally, I'm not a sports person, but I didn't really know who Cordell was, really. Yeah, I know you old.
I knew him.
I mean, I think I've seen him before, but I'm not a sports fan, so it could have, he could have been recent. I probably wouldn't have went off. But when I used to work inside Best Buy, my Oakland Raiders used to come in here. I was like, I'm trying to be a football wife.
What you need? Can I help you?
I did. I was signing them up for Kindle and everything. I was like, can I get some tickets? You want me to come over and install it?
Right. I can install it myself.
But I kind of knew that was going, because he wanted her to either watch the kids or have a career, and like he wouldn't let her do both. And I was like, that turned me off about him. And I think some of it is that old tradition mindset. Mm-hmm. That he was like, I don't know if you saw last week, but he was like, I told my mom, that's how my mama did it with us. Mm-hmm. But also think about the time that your mother grew up in compared to now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Women have careers, they raise their kids. Some of them ain't even got a husband and they do it all. So it's like, why can't she do it all? Exactly. That's why I always say, my grandma always said, make sure you have your own money. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I think she just wanted to live that princess life and don't have to do anything. And now you realize that ain't what you really want to necessarily live a life like that.
And that ain't just for women, men too. Yeah. You need to, whatever you need to have your life.
Mm-hmm. I had somebody tell me once, they was like, yeah, I want you to quit working. I was like, I was like, I'll maybe go part-time, but I got to make my own money. So if I got to leave, nothing like and I said, or whatever company you got, put me on the payroll.
It's nothing like your
and I don't want cash, I want checks. But yeah, I thought that was kind of sad and stuff.
Yeah. They said his ex-wife was supposed to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta, but he wouldn't let her because of the kids.
But you know who his baby mama is, right? Oh, God. You seen her before? I forgot her name. I think it started with an A, but she was Sheree's friend that was in the service. And she had fought in Desert Storm in 92. It was like season 2 when she was on it, 1 or 2. Mm-hmm. And she used to hang out with Sheree. That's or at least his baby mama. I don't know if that was his ex-wife, but that's his baby mama. Oh, okay. You don't know what I'm talking about? I don't know. She was kind of lesbian. And now you know Cordell was down there sucking dick at the park.
That's what I read. You can read anything on the internet.
Yeah.
They said it, down to the park.
Down to the park.
Sucking ding ding.
You ain't, come on, Cordell. All the houses you got, take the nigga to the house.
Right. Please. Or in the car.
They was in the car.
Oh, they was in the car.
Oh, well, I don't know if he. I thought maybe he was in the car at the park.
I thought it was on the picnic.
Oh, that's bold.
Right.
Well, I guess he was with his man trying to.
Come on, Cordell.
But you know what, too? In a way, sometimes he do have bitch move ways, where sometimes he do remind me of just like a woman. Like, I ain't never. No grown man should be arguing, getting in, you know what I mean, with your woman. You know, I mean, I understand at some point you do got to defend your wife. You know what I mean? Like how Kenya was. You didn't see last week?
I didn't see last week.
Oh, what can I tell you?
Go.
Well, okay, you remember how Kenya wanted everybody to come dressed up as a celebrity actress, right?
Right.
You know, Candy had Tina Turner, Nene had Grace Jones, Phaedra had Eartha Kitt from Catwoman, and Cynthia had Diana Ross from Mahogany.
Okay.
So everybody looked good. Candy, she from the neck down, she was cool, but that dry ass, come on, Candy, you with Derek J. That nigga could have made you a cat weave, got you some pump it up, some spritz.
What and Kim wigs?
That wasn't even Kim wig. It was stiff. Like when she moved, the whole wig moved. Okay, like just it was stiff. And then you know she gave Portia Halle Berry from Babs. Now that was some shade right there. So she was gonna come as them, but the people in the hair shop was like, she's trying to make a fool of you. You know what I mean? Which is true because everybody else was 1930s, 1940s Hollywood glamour. And she coming in there with an orange blazer with some booty shorts on. You know how Halle Berry was. That's one of my favorite movies.
I love it. I can watch that.
And I'm the next Mo Diva. He said, no, you can hurt somebody.
I love that movie.
But yeah, so she decided to come as Dorothy Dandridge. And so Kenya got mad and booted her out.
Really?
Just talking about no, because I guess for every character she had like a play for. Like a little skit that they were going to do on stage. And she got pissed off, you know, and got all dramatic and was like, this isn't who I asked you to come as. And basically booted her out. But Peter and Cynthia was like, what kind of, what's her name? Candy too was like, that's some fucked up shit. You know what I mean? We leaving too. If you gonna kick her out over some bullshit, you know what I mean? Like, so she kicked her out and shit. And then Cordell started arguing with Kenya, and then Kenya's producer or something was jumping in talking shit, and he went off on him too. And they were just.
That's a Looney Tune. Kenya.
Oh yeah, she ain't got her. And then you know,
Looney Tune.
she was every time. What's his name? Walter would come in, she'd get mad. Oh my god! But that bitch he brought with him at Candy's house, she looked hard in the face. He told me, I like my girls, like my rims, 24s, 22s. I was like,
oh my god, I don't know what to say about Walter.
But he was smart for advertising his little trucking company.
Yeah, I ain't stupid.
No, he stupid.
He went on the show with the agenda. Shout out to Walter.
But she got mad about him not having sex. I'm like, y'all wasn't even together. But she made a good. I wonder if she gonna come back.
She gonna come back because her storyline is she's right now.
She's the Nene.
Yes.
Because I really think Nene gonna maybe do one more season, and I think because her acting is taking off.
Mm-hmm.
I think she gonna do one more, and then I heard they're trying to replace Portia since now she getting a divorce. But I'm like, that's stupid because now everybody's gonna want to know how she gonna, you know. Now I heard Nene and Greg really wasn't never divorced; it was all for the show. Maybe this is all for. That's what folks think.
They're getting remarried and all this.
Yeah,
stuff.
which is like,
who cares anyway? You know.
No, but yeah, but I think Nene is the definition of starting from the bottom. Now we here.
Yeah. You know, I respect Nene now. I didn't like her at first.
Yeah, the last 2 seasons she made me not like her.
I really respect her. She's grown.
Yeah, she don't start no.
Yeah, she's still a little catty now.
Well, she got to be. That's part of the show. She can't be.
She's turned $1 into 15 cents.
Cause that first episode, that first season, she was all bad. Kim, I just don't know why she got a show. For what? She's boring.
Very. Ever since she got married, she was.
Yeah, like she
went down here.
I think because the dude, her husband, like trying to calm that shit down.
I think he racist too on the low.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. He
Like
didn't ever want her around them
black bitches.
I was like, I think he's a little racist. Especially
because ain't he from
Minnesota?
Yeah, somewhere
So
rare ass
us up there. It's cold up there. You know we ain't up there.
I don't think it's cold. Shit, where did I go? I went to Denver and I was like, ooh, I can't do this. I gotta get back where I know something.
Right.
But I guess we could end it off on something else. So what do you feel? Where do you feel this gay life is heading? Because it seems like nowadays everybody just wants to screw and move the hell on, and like nobody wants to date no more. It seems. There are people out there. Don't get me wrong, but it's like they just looking to either they've been hurt and they don't want to go down that road no more. So they're like, it's rare that you find somebody in this lifestyle that's at least been together for a year. You know what I mean? Because I remember, everybody talking about gay marriage, equal rights, and for the little proportion, what do you call it? Proposition. And everybody's like, I said on Facebook, I was like, I'm all down for equality for marriage, but I'm trying to get a man to act right for 6 months. I'm trying to at least get that before we even get to the altar. You know what I mean? Like, I need you just to do right. You know what I mean?
6 weeks. 6 days.
6 days. It's like, and it's like I've had, not that I'm just the shit or nothing, but I've had guys like try to lie to me to impress me, and it was just like, why? Like the first guy I ever had sex with, he tried to lie to me and say, I got True Religion jeans, and I got, all this fancy stuff, but I come over your house and you have no refrigerator, no furniture. It's echoey in this motherfucker, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's bald-headed ass living room, okay? wasn't nothing going on, and I was just like, ugh, you know. But it's just, I don't know. It's like, why you gotta lie and put on this front, and you know, it's just like, what can I get out of you? What can I, you know? And I guess, you know, like, I don't know. I guess I just have a different set of morals, because I really try to do right by people and you know, do what's right and stuff. But it's like, people don't evaluate it. You know, it's like, what can you do for me?
Yeah, but don't change it.
Oh, I'm not gonna change it.
Don't change what you do, because somebody's gonna appreciate it. When you least expect it, somebody's gonna show up. That's what happened to me. Like, it just, I guess I really don't know too much about the gay lifestyle anymore.
He's out here.
You know, I've been with someone for almost 4 years now, so.
Yeah. When the wedding?
Right, it's coming. But I think it's different when you find that one, Chris. When you find that one, that world doesn't matter. Sometimes you can seclude yourself in the gay world, and it's like I don't just consider myself as a gay male. I know who I like and this, but I feel like I can do anything. I don't have to just.
Right. I mean, like I had, like I said on the grinder in the Jackson, I actually was like, okay, let me try to meet somebody out. You know what I mean? Because I noticed from my younger years to up to 24, I was like, it's the same people. You know what I mean? And so either I went through what I went through with that dude I was just talking about. I actually met him on this job. You know what I mean? I was going there to get some gum. He was checking me out, but I didn't say nothing to him. I was trying to holler, but people kept coming in, so I was like, you know, I wasn't sure. Yeah, I was like, you know, fishing, like, you know what I mean? I know how to flirt and stuff. So, and I couldn't get him, you know, because people was coming in, so I was like, fuck it, I left. So a month later, I had forgot about him. Went back. I was with my best friend. It was Gay Pride Weekend. And I told my friend, I said, oh, yeah, it's this guy here. I was like, but I don't know if he's gay, and I don't know. And so, but I was like, I think he is, because he was, you know, his eyes were dancing up and down when I very first saw him. So we go in there, and my friend was like, yeah, he's cute and stuff. And I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna write him a note. You know what I mean? And I just told him a note.
Go ahead.
I did. We went to Outback to eat or whatever, because we knew we was gonna be drinking, so we went to eat. And then so I think I put like, you know, my name is Chris, and I think you're very attractive. I would love to get to know you. You know, here's my number. You know, call me if you're interested. And I slipped it to him. Didn't think he was gonna call. I was like, he gonna probably be like, hell no, faggot ass nigga or something. So that's what I thought. And then like, I was at the club like 2 in the morning. I get a call, because I guess that's when he was getting off work. And then he was just like, yeah, hey, this is, you know, whoop. And I was like, oh God, he called, you know. But
smiling ear to ear.
Okay, I was like, fuck this club. He was like, where you at? You know, and then we talked that night or whatever. But anywho, that was like the first time I actually stepped outside of what I normally would do, you know what I mean? So I said I'm gonna continue to keep that going and get outside of my comfort zone. Because I mean, everybody's all on the internet for all different kind of reasons and stuff. Because that's another thing, somebody asked me what do I think about internet dating. I say it's cool, just you gotta really make sure you know who you talking to, and it is who you talking to, and be very careful and meet in open public places. Cause I met some big boogers. No.
You will get catfished easily, very easily. Cause at least 60% of the people on the internet are not who they say they are.
They pretend to be.
They pretend to be behind that keyboard, and they just living this lifestyle on the internet, and it's just sad. It is. It's like I guess about 7-8 years ago, I had met I met somebody on the internet. Like I haven't met a lot of people on the internet, because they just
he was on Black Planet.
Right. It's for certain people. I'm just not that.
Yeah, not that.
Because I know what I like when I see it. I have to see it.
But see, it's hard for gay men.
It is
to just meet. You know what I mean? You know, it's easier for a straight man to go up to a girl or whatever, and I think that's for gay people for sure. I think that's why they have to turn to the internet, or I think before the internet was the party line and all that kind of stuff. I don't know how they did the party line, but
all that stuff. But anyway, I was saying, I had met somebody on the internet, so of course we met in person. Nothing like the picture.
Like, not the nose?
Like, not even a baby hair. It was like, and just imagine being there with somebody and just looking at them and they not acknowledging that
they just acting
like it's nothing. Just imagine.
Well, was they cute at least?
No.
Oh.
No, Chris. It was just a nightmare.
How'd you get out?
I was just nice. I was like, okay, something has to be wrong with him. Has to be, because do you not think I don't know this is not you? You know?
Like, you just stupid. Like,
so I was just like, oh, okay. Well.
Did you ever talk to him on the phone first?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Like, it was, yeah, we talked. I didn't just meet him on there and met him. We
Right.
talked for a couple weeks and stuff. So, but I just was like, all right. Nice meeting you. I gotta go. You know, I thought of some quick little story.
You did it cute. I'll tell you, Trevor. I did it evil. Fuck that. This dude he hit me up and he looked okay. And he was like, you know, let's hang out, let's meet or whatever. And I was like, all right. And so he gave me the address or whatever. So I thought maybe we was gonna go somewhere or something. He was like, you know, get nice, I'm gonna get nice. I said, okay. So I get out there. And I'm like, you know, I'm here. I'm like, where you at? And then he's like, I'm by the stop sign. I said, okay. So I started walking towards the stop sign. This dude had on a lace front. And I ain't talking about the good lace front. I'm talking about that raggedy one that you found in the back of the closet and had to shake it out and pick it a little bit. And like he in the picture as a guy, he was, you know, pretty. You know, he was nice looking, and then, but whatever, and then I said, why you got that wig on? He was like, oh, I just did a hair show in San Francisco. Now, I ain't heard about no hair show in San Francisco, but I was like, you know, oh, okay. So now I'm already racing my mind, like, okay, what do I do? I need that. So he was like, oh, you can park your car right here. I said, okay.
Did you drive?
I got a stick shift. Hopped that bitch, slapped it in second. Yeah! Left his ass right there on the sidewalk. Woo! Call my friend, nigga, do you know I had on a wig? I said, I don't know, ma'am. I don't like those kind of guys. No, thank you. There's nothing wrong if you into that, but if that's the type of guy you are. But just for me personally, and then he hit me later on the website. You punk ass nigga. We was gonna rob you anyways. And I was like, bitch, you wouldn't have got far because I didn't have shit on me anyway. So I was like, you know what I mean? And I felt something. That's when you know God is telling you something. Because something in my chest just didn't feel right. And it was like, leave your shit in the car. You know what I mean? Just have your phone or whatever, your keys. And I did, you know, when he said move your, because I was already gonna make up a lie and say, let me go to my car and get something. But before I said that, he gave me an out and was like, move your car here. I said, thank you. I was footing into the car, okay? Couldn't get there fast enough. Right. And I left his ass, and he was mad. I look back, that's funny, but hey, don't be lying and doing shit like that.
Yeah, don't lie. And when you get rejected,
it's okay.
It's okay. Don't start talking shit about the person that rejects you and hating them when you was just liking them the other day. But as soon as they say, no, we can just be friends. Yeah. Why do they do that?
I don't know, because I if you look one way I talk about fellas about, you know, I be out with my cousins and you know, or just, you know, I like going to strip clubs. Personally, the dudes look better in there anyways. Even if they ain't gay, they look better. But anyway, so we in there and I be seeing them, hey baby, you know, she's like, you know, no thank you, or she don't say nothing. All right, fuck you, bitch. And I be like, nigga, I'm like, first of all, maybe she would have looked at your ass if you pulled your pants up just a little bit. You know what I mean? The tall, long tees to the kneecaps has to stop. You sagging it.
1995.
I don't even think they sagged that low in 1995. Like, it's down to these Oakland dudes. Oh my God, there's nothing. If you got skinny jeans and you fat and you got that big, first of all, skinny jeans ain't for big people. And if you got a big old booty and you trying to sag, it really looks horrible. You know what I mean? That
and if you want to wear them, because I don't like to tell people what they can't wear. If you feel comfortable wearing them,
if it's not,
please do it in black or gray, not neon pink, red, purple.
Fuchsia.
Yeah, just do it. Just try to draw as less attention to you as possible. But my thing is when you have it and it's glowing in the dark, and then I can see all the other stuff.
You talking about like when the strobe lights be on?
Yes, like the black lights. It's like, yeah. Like when I can see, I just, no. I don't have a problem with you wearing what you want to wear, but just choose colors. Wow.
He want to be nice. Fuck that. If you want to have people laughing at your ass and talking junk because you got on something you ain't supposed to have on, it's not made. Why you think the model at the mall is a size 32? It ain't for you. Just because they make it in your size, it's not for you all the time. You know what I mean? You have to do what looks good on your body. And if you're not sure, ask somebody that cares about you.
Unless you want to be the next Instagram victim of somebody.
Okay, because I am known for snapping a few. Because I snapped a lady with her toes was hanging over the sandal and her feet was ashy. I snapped that right going in the toe goes. That's why I keep my flash off.
I always keep mine on accident, and then I always have
get
to
caught.
turn it.
See, this an amateur.
I always do like this.
Like that, I keep it off all the time. Plus, I'm
on bar. Like I always do like this.
But do you put it on vibrate too, so you hear the click?
No, I usually have my phone on silent, always. But I always forget to take my flash off, and I'll be like this. And then I look down, and it's like, I like this.
And everybody,
yeah,
busted. Cause that's one thing I'm always wondering, like, have I ever just looked at somebody? Probably, you know, but I know how to laugh at myself.
You about your new job you might be getting.
Oh,
okay. I rode yesterday for the first time. And if that lady, if you're watching, the bus driver right now.
What happened? Was you gonna uppercut her? You going to jail.
When I tell you it was my first time for riding, and I was like, let me try this. Because I've never rode the bus in my life.
Not even when you was in?
Never. That was my first time.
He just like, old sadistic.
I was like, let me try to ride it because it's convenient to go up the street and stuff. So anyway, I got on the bus, sit on the bus, and we went to the bar, went back to the bar, went back to the bar, and went back to the bar.
You went to 3 different bars, or you went to the same bar?
3 different bars. And I was like, okay, well, how do I get back to my house? Then I told her where I stayed. She was like, she looked like that.
Like you don't know.
Like, don't ask me no question. Like, you know, and I was like, are you serious? Like, are you okay? She was like, end of the line.
What you mean, the bus line?
Yes. So I was like, okay, I'm about to ask you a question. And she was just sitting there. When I tell you she had the stankiest attitude, and before I knew it, I had cussed her. I felt so bad.
You cussed her?
I did. Because she was rude.
Yeah.
She was really rude, and I was like, this is my first time riding the bus. I just need directions. It's your job. I didn't tell you to wake up one day and say, I want to drive a bus.
Even if you're mad at something, just answer it.
Just answer it. I was like, I wasn't even rude. I was just like, I had a smile and everything. And she was like,
was she ratchet?
She what? I mean, I don't know. She just, I don't know. She just had a bad day. Now the other one was like, oh, she had a bad day. I was like, I know she did, but I'm the wrong one. This is the wrong day, and I'm the wrong one.
But you know what though? Maybe, I mean, you never know. Because you do get riffraff on the bus. She could have already been.
That's what I told her. I was like, I know she probably had a bad day, but I just
right.
You know.
Or at least if I'd have been like, look, it's a mat right behind me. Just
yeah,
move it out.
Just say something instead of just looking.
I went off on the lady at the hospital, but
still.
I didn't feel bad. My cousin felt bad, but
she was rude. If I could have turned into a woman for 15 seconds, I would have whooped your ass.
You gonna go to jail? We ain't got no money to bail you out.
I would have whooped your ass. Just know that.
You would have hit her.
If I was a woman, I'd have got her.
That's me.
No, it ain't. I would have.
You could have just fuck you, bitch. Kick the bus.
You know how somebody can talk to you but not say a word, but you can see what they say. And I was heating up. I was like fire because I was like, I know what she's thinking and I know what she want to say, but she can't really say too much because she's still working, but I can see it.
That's sad though.
Yeah, it was. I was so mad. I was like, oh, I wanted to call you yesterday and tell you.
Should've. I would have rolled. But I hope I don't do that. You know, though, at my particular job, I don't know if I can do that. Anywho, right. We talk about that off camera. Yeah, we'll talk about that off camera. But there was another. Oh yeah, this lady at the hospital. I didn't cuss her out, but I told her off. My cousin had chest pains, and you know, they took her to the hospital not knowing that she had a heart attack. I think I told you that too. So I get there, my auntie and my cousin my auntie and two of my cousins in the room with her. So I get there, my cousin and my auntie, they leave. They're like, okay, Chris here, and then her daughter was on her way too. So they leave, so it's me and my cousin. Then her daughter comes, the security guard come in talking about, it can only be 2 people in here. One of y'all gotta go. And I said, no, the doctor pulled in an extra chair so 3 people could be back here. I said, so that's what's gonna be back here is 3 people. And that's her daughter, that's my mama, even though it was my cousin, but she don't know that. So, and I was like, is she coming in this room and you go back up to the front? Thank you. She rolled her eyes, whatever, because she was already, my cousin already told me she said some shit to him already. So I already, you know, was like, whatever. So then we chilling. She finally get a room that night. And we getting ready to leave anyways. Here she come busting through the door. Y'all got to leave. And so that set me off. Right. I said, who the hell you think you are? Coming up here and tell us we got to leave. You don't talk to nobody like that. We was getting ready to leave any damn way. Right. So why you got this extra security guard? This nigga ain't gonna do nothing. He's sitting quiet to the motherfucker. He ain't saying shit. And my cousin told me, you ugly anyways, bitch. And I was just like, oh God, nigga, you wasn't supposed to say all that. Right. And so we just going off on her. And my cousin that's laying in the bed, she just like, oh God, these niggas gonna get me put out. And then she talking about the head nurse said y'all being too loud. The head nurse didn't say that shit because I was all kind of nurses walking up and down. Anytime they could have popped in and said lower it down. So we talked to the head nurse and she was like, oh no, I just want you guys to go because it was past visiting hour. She said, I just let y'all stay in there because you guys had just got a room. So I went, you know, I was like, oh, it's cool. But we was like, her daughter gonna come. And, you know, she gonna stay with her mom, sleep with her mom, is it okay? She said, yeah. And then the security guard, no, she got to leave. I said, did you hear the charge nurse? She said she's staying. You ain't nothing but a damn wannabe security guard. I said, so stay in your place. And I said, if you remember she coming, you remember that. You say something else, I will be back up here. Right. You remember that. Okay, we went down, we were talking loud all out the parking lot. I said, I didn't stay. So my cousin told me the next day, hey, I apologize to her because that was rude. I shouldn't say. I said, fuck that bitch. He was like, she was nice and sweet. I said, she was only nice and sweet because she know we were getting that ass. Yeah, and I said, because, you know, and my thing is, because I told her, I said, if this was your family member, you wouldn't be trying to, you know, want to be kicked out like that. Right. You know, I'm like, this ain't the job for you.
It ain't. Like, if it's not the job for you, then change positions.
And that's exactly what I'm trying to do.
You too, you girls at McDonald's, then you get to the thing, and I want to order something else, and you...
Yeah, my sister told me that.
I'm like, yes, I do want to order something.
You change your mind.
Like, I changed my mind. What?
Yeah, because
I got to the window and I wanted another order of fries. And you want to...
I said my sister had the same thing. She asked the girl, all she asked the girl was some mild sauce at Taco Bell. And the girl did the same thing. And my sister said, bitch, that's why you work at Taco Bell. Drove off. I was rolling. I was
like, don't do the job if you don't want it. Customer service. If you're not a people person, then don't work around people. As simple as that. Ain't that simple?
Simple, but sometimes that's all you qualify for.
You're right.
But if you know... If that's all you...
Shade right there.
Oh, did I throw shade?
Yeah, you threw a little bit.
Oh, sorry. Not that I got the best degree, but I'm just saying, but...
It's a little shade.
Oops, well... Put on your umbrella. What's funky down even say never throw shade at the bitch that's holding the umbrella. So, anyway...
Shout out to Funky Down Even.
I love him. Yeah. I don't want to be like him, but I want to kind of mimic in little ways things that he's done. But, you know him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good for you.
I need to get, I need to meet
We
him.
can talk about it.
Okay. But anyways, this is Talkinishwitchris. I'll probably do more videos like this of just having special guests. I'm sure, you know, he'll be back again and talking about whatever's going on. Once again, you can find me on, like I said, I don't even want to do Twitter. If you want to follow me, it's Talkinishwitchris. TALKINISHWITCHRIS. That's the same for Instagram and Twitter. I might make a Facebook page. I don't know yet. But anyways, and then you can find Kevin on Instagram as well.
Official Kevin D. and the number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter, I deactivated my Twitter, like I said. I don't know if I'm gonna reactivate it or not. It's official Kevin D. Facebook, official Kevin D. Website, KevinDOnline.net.
Yeah, what about it?
Professional. You gotta get professional. Get you a website.
I know, I gotta get me, you know, I want to sell shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
I gotta figure out how to do that, but I got my friend working on my logo.
I know, you told me.
Oh, I did that.
You finna do a big thing. I'm proud of you.
I'm trying. He's the one that made the theme song and stuff, so.
Talkinishwitchris.
You need to get your love on.
Talkinishwitchris.
That's the same I like it though because it's catchy, you know what I mean? And like, it just make you just sing out of it. So I think he's a great
your cousin did it?
No, my friend, I'll show you who he is, but my friend Mike and stuff, he writes songs. Very talented guy, you know. That boy got talent.
Shout out to Mike.
Shout out to Mike. You can find him also on his under Aaron Michael, and you can follow him on Twitter at I am AMF. At I am AMF. Aaron Michael Fields. Alrighty. Talk to you guys later. Deuces.